Welcome to this video. In this video, I will be taking up a new and very important concept in databases. That is the concept of referential integrity or the foreign key. Yes, we call it referential integrity. That is basically type of data integrity that will be validating the correctness of data on the basis of or in reference of some existing values. For example, if you are able to see these tables there on the screen, we have the set of customers available with any company. We can say we have the database of the customers there. We have the employees there in the organization, and we also may have a set of orders from the different customers, and also those orders may be handled by some of the employee. So when we see the customer table, we have a way to identify every customer on the basis of this customer ID, or we can say the customer ID is primary key for all the customers. We also have a primary key for the orders, like the order number. We also have a primary key for each employee, that is employee number here. For every order, there must be some customer, that is order must be associated with some customer, and we must be able to uniquely identify that customer. So we can say for any order, there must be some column name that is able to tell us about the customer for which we are placing this order. Similarly, there will be some employee associated with this order, or we can say we must be able to identify which employee is going to handle this order. So if we see these two columns here in this orders table, that is client ID or the employee ID. These are basically the columns present there in the customers and the employee tables respectively. So can we assume any value that will be present there in this orders table for this client ID and that is not a part of the customers table? Or similarly, can we assume that any employee who is not the part of this employee table can be assigned to this order? Means that all such values, like here this client information and the employee information, must be checked in reference to some existing information in the database. And here comes the usage of referential integrity. So to check whether we are dealing with a valid customer or not, we must have some pre-existing customers with which we will be validating this client ID. Similarly, whether we are assigning this order to some genuine employee or not, we must have this employee information stored with us. So the referential integrity is a concept that will be used in databases to interconnect the different tables based upon some column or the attribute. The column which is present at primary key in one table and it is present there in another table as well, but where there it is not a primary key but as a simple attribute. That particular attribute is known as foreign key. So here in this orders table, we have this client and this employee. These two attributes which are present there in this orders table, and also these two attributes are present there in some another tables like employee and customer table as primary keys. So these are the examples of foreign keys. So when we have to apply this concept of foreign key or referential integrity in SQL, we must follow some orders or some guidelines to create the tables and how we can insert and delete the values there. See here, when we will be using this client information, then obviously that information should be defined somewhere previously. So it means that when we will be creating this order table, the existence of customer table and the employee table must be there previously. Or we can say tables that are customers and employee must be created before we create this orders table. Also, the tables where these attributes or the foreign key will be present as primary key. Like here, this customer ID is example of the primary key, and that is present as foreign key in the order table. So this customer table will be known as parent table, and where we are going to use that primary key as foreign key, the table will become as the child table. So here the customers and the employee are the two parent tables, whereas order is the child table. When we have to create the parent and child tables, the order should go like this, that first we will be creating the parent tables. All the parent tables must be created first, and only after that we are able to create the child tables. When it comes to the insertion of the values must be firstly done in parent tables, and only after that we must be entering the values in child tables. Whereas when it comes to the deletion of the values corresponding to the foreign keys that are present in child table must be deleted first. Only then we will be able to delete the values from the parent tables. So deletion is in opposite order as compared to the insertion. Though we have provisions there in SQL through which we can automatically delete the values from the parent and child tables, means when we will be deleting something from the parent table, related rows from the child table will also be deleted. That is known as cascading deleting. And similarly, we also have a cascade update provision there in SQL that will be cascadingly updating the rows when we will be updating something in parent table. So this is how we can insert and delete, or how we can update the values there in parent tables. Now let us see how we can implement this concept in their SQL. Suppose we want to create two tables that are employee and department, and suppose we have this department table as parent table, and from the parent table we are going to use the department ID as the foreign key in employee table, because this department is going to become a parent table, so we need to create that first. So let us create the department table first. There can be a lot of attributes, but here I am taking only these two attributes for this department table. So the department table is created. Now I want to create employee table, and inside employee table I want to create employee ID as primary key, employee name, then maybe salary. Then I want to insert the department information. I want to tell the department of the employee is department ID, and now department ID is number. Now I want to connect this department ID with the department ID present there in department table or the parent table. For that I need to use this references keyword. Then the name of the table, that is department, and then I need to mention which particular attribute it is referencing to. And then I will be closing this table. There is already some table name employee, so let's change it to employee 2. So into is created, and now it is referencing to the department table also. Now try to enter some value there in this imp table, and try to enter some values, and we have to supply the department ID, the ID of the employee, imp1, and then salary. Then I need to supply some department ID like this one. But see, here I am trying to enter the value into the imp. When I will be entering this value, that's 1, 2, 3. It should not accept this value because we have not provided that value for the department in department table. So it will be creating this violation. Parent key not found means corresponding to this 1, 2, 3. This value is not present there in parent table. So before we insert the values in employee table, we must insert the values in department. So let us try to enter some values for department, where we have department ID and department names only. That is 1, 2, 3, and let us say department is allowed now. Another department also. So now we have inserted 3 rows there in the department. Now try to enter the values for employee table. First thing is employee ID, then the name, and then I need to mention the department. Let's try to employee ID is, let us say, T. Now it is taking this is allowed. Now, it is also possible that there may be multiple employees working in the same department, like there's employee with employee ID 4, whose name is Shan, and he's also working in the same department. Now see, when I try to enter the different employees for the same department, that is allowed. Means the value of the foreign key can be repeated or can be duplicated in that table, but the value of this employee ID cannot be repeated because that is the primary key. And when we consider the department table separately, then the department ID is primary key there, so value cannot be repeated there in the department. So now see what is stored there in this imp table. We have entered these 2 values. They are working in the same department. Their employee IDs are different. Now try to delete something from the department table. Let us say I want to delete this department 1, 2, 3 from department table. So delete from department where the ID is. So let's try to delete that from department. Now, because I am trying to delete from the parent table and I am trying to delete this department 1, 2, 3. That is not allowed because we have something there in the child table that is related to this department 1, 2, 3. So it is not allowed. If we want to delete that from the department, first we have to delete the rows where this 1, 2, 3 is present in the child table. So deletion should be initiated from the child table first. Let us try to delete the other departments where we do not have any foreign key values present in the child table. For department ID 1 to 4 is such department in which no employee is working. So we can delete that easily because there was nothing related to 1 to 4 in the child table. Okay, so in this way we can implement the basic concept of foreign keys in SQL, and also it is possible that a same table may have multiple foreign keys and those foreign keys are from the different tables. More than one foreign key is possible for a single table, whereas a table must have only one primary key. Hope you understood the concept of referential integrity and its implementation in SQL. If you have any doubt, then you can put your queries in the comment section. If you like the video, please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.